Ladies and gentlemen, this time of year, I always feel like I'm taking crazy pills when it comes to NFL draft season, NFL mock draft season. Guys, the word around town, according to insiders, according to NFL mock draft people, is that Zach Wilson has clearly, somehow, without any games being played, passed Justin Fields as the number 2 overall quarterback. And there are people talking about Trey Lance being ahead of Justin Fields, as well as even Kellen Mond. This is getting ridiculous, guys. It reminds me of the whole Mitch Trubisky versus Deshaun Watson thing, where by the time draft night came around, it wasn't even a debate. It was religiously known that Mitch Trubisky somehow, despite all that Deshaun Watson did at Clemson, despite all that he showed, somehow Mitch Trubisky was the better prospect because the scouts said so. And guys, there is simply no way to justify Zach Wilson being ranked ahead of Justin Fields. I am a self-proclaimed quarterback guru, ladies and gentlemen. I just put out my recent NFL QB rankings for the 2021 season in a past video about a few weeks ago. But guys, we're taking a look at articles, and it says, former NFL GM Zach Wilson clearly ahead of Justin Fields for number 2 overall pick. I'm sure that same anonymous GM liked Mitch Trubisky ahead of Deshaun Watson. The whole Patrick Mahomes thing, I can understand. Mahomes was a little bit more raw coming out of Texas Tech. But guys, one of the big knocks on Justin Fields is that he plays for Ohio State, and Ohio State hasn't produced any quarterbacks. Well, what quarterback did Texas Tech produce in the NFL before Patrick Mahomes? What about Michigan before Tom Brady? I mean, that argument is so ridiculous. Every quarterback is different. Obviously, Dwayne Haskins, the other Ohio State first rounder, has not panned out. He got put in a bad situation. Listen, I'm not saying Dwayne Haskins is some good quarterback, but he got put in a bad situation at a very young age in his career. It's unfortunate. We're going to see what he does with Pittsburgh. But guys, when it comes to Zach Wilson and Justin Fields, my quarterback comp for Justin Fields is a little less athletic, little more physical Russell Wilson. That is my current quarterback comp for Justin Fields. People can agree or disagree with that. That's just what I see in him. Justin Fields is surprisingly very accurate, and he's also very mobile, guys. Justin Fields took a hit in that Clemson game. If you were watching before he ended up taking that hit to his ribcage, he's an extremely mobile, big, fast quarterback that is surprisingly accurate. A very unique skill set for a quarterback. And you look at Zach Wilson, and this may sound a little harsh, but this is just my take. He's a smaller, little more mobile Kirk Cousins. Okay, guys? Nothing against Zach Wilson. He's a good little player. I think he can be a good starting quarterback in the NFL. But this crap here that says Zach Wilson is clearly ahead of Justin Fields. Guys, remember, Justin Fields, after the Alabama game, was the clear number 2 overall quarterback. Zach Wilson hasn't played a game since Justin Fields faced Alabama. Neither has Justin Fields. Yet somehow, because the scout said so, just like the scout said that Mitch Trubisky was clearly, guys, by the time draft night came, people don't remember this. By the time draft night came, Mitch Trubisky was so far and away ahead of Deshaun Watson, there wasn't even talk about the Bears who traded up from number 3 to number 2 to take him. There wasn't even talk about the Bears taking Deshaun Watson. These scouts know nothing, guys. Trust me, it's ridiculous, the skill set that Justin Fields has. I have him as my clear and by far quarterback 2 behind Trevor Lawrence, and Zach Wilson is my QB number 3. Guys, there's rumors that Mac Jones may be going ahead of Justin Fields. Oh my God. Yeah, Mac Jones only needs a great offensive line. He needs great receivers. Mac Jones isn't mobile at all, guys. He needs so much around him. I feel bad if Mac Jones gets drafted by a bad team because his career will be screwed. Absolutely screwed. Mac Jones needs to go later in the first round to a good team that has a good infrastructure, that has a great offensive line. That's where Mac Jones needs to go. If he goes into the top 10, oh my goodness, that would not be good for his career. I'm just going to say that. And again, guys, when it comes to young quarterbacks, a lot of what happens with these young quarterbacks determines on where they get drafted. Like if Patrick Mahomes ends up getting picked second, let's just say, for argument's sake, he gets picked second by Chicago. Obviously, he's not having the career he currently is with Andy Reid, with Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and others on that offense. So being where you drafted, it matters a ton, especially at the quarterback position with these young quarterbacks. Dwayne Haskins goes to a Washington team with a defensive-minded Ron Rivera who doesn't even like Dwayne Haskins. I'm not saying Dwayne Haskins is some star, but let's be real, he got a raw deal here. It's not like he had some offensive guru like Kyler Murray has with Cliff Kingsbury coaching him, if we're being honest. So guys, my first official take of draft season. There'll be many more of these. I make these hot takes for a reason. Justin Fields is clearly the quarterback too, and he will have a much better pro career than Zach Wilson will. It's easy to say that. I know if Zach Wilson goes to the Jets, this is just one player versus another. It does matter where they get drafted. If Zach Wilson does go to the Jets and Justin Fields goes to a team like San Francisco, I would say Justin Fields has a significant advantage going to the better team. But just when you look at these players, Justin Fields is better. That's the bottom line. And you see these scouts hijack the narratives. It's the same thing with Mitch Trubisky and Deshaun Watson. But wait, Deshaun Watson accomplished way more and showed a better skill set at Clemson facing better teams than Mitch Trubisky did. But no, the scouts say Mitch Trubisky's better. Guys, the scouts say Zach Wilson is better. The mock draft gurus. Mel Kiper says Zach Wilson's better. He's going to go in front of Justin Fields. Yeah, I'm not buying it. Justin Fields has a crazy skill set. Surprisingly accurate and also physical. Guys, Justin Fields is the complete package. He's the clear quarterback too in this class. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description, guys. I am, of course, this thing keeps lagging. I am, of course, Need a Press Ginger. Thank you for watching.